You know, we're in the middle of this new tech gold rush, but it's not about code and it's not about chips. It's about you. Welcome to the world of Doppelgänger-as-a-Service. A name that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but trust me, it's happening right now. So let me ask you this. What if you could literally buy an AI clone of yourself? Like right now. Imagine it. Your face, your voice, your personality, all packaged up and ready to be deployed wherever you want. This isn't some far-off what-if anymore. The tech has officially left the lab and it is on the open market. And yeah, this whole emerging market has a name. Doppelganger-as-a-Service, or DaaS for short. It's an entire ecosystem, right? You've got these huge multi-million-dollar companies on one side and scrappy open-source projects on the other, and they're all focused on doing one thing, creating AI-powered digital replicas of actual people. Okay, so why is this such a big deal? Well, it's because when copying a human identity becomes cheap and it becomes easy, the line between a cool tech demo and a tool that completely reshapes our culture, well, it pretty much disappears. And suddenly both the amazing opportunities and the serious risks are available to everyone. As this market starts to take shape, we're already seeing it split into two very different territories. On one side, you've got what we can call the corporate clone, which is all about productivity and efficiency. And on the other, you have the personal clone, which focuses on much more human needs, like companionship and legacy. Let's start by looking at the corporate side first. All right, the corporate clone. This is the business-to-business side of the DaaS economy. And really, it's all about scale and efficiency. The business case here is crystal clear. Just imagine you need to create a bunch of training videos or sales messages delivered by your CEO. Instead of having them spend a whole day in a studio, you use their digital clone. They only have to get scanned once. The result? You get perfect consistency, you can produce content in a few hours instead of a few weeks, and you can reshoot a line 1,000 times without ever booking more studio time. And the major players here are companies like Synthesia and HeyGen. They're leading the charge, letting businesses create these custom avatars for literally everything, from employee onboarding to sales pitches. But the real power is the scale. They can create these videos in over 100 languages. Then you have the foundational players, like DID, which provides an API, which is basically just a toolkit for developers to build their own talking head apps. But what happens when this technology jumps from the boardroom into the living room? Well, that brings us to the world of the personal clone. And this is where things get a lot more intimate. So here, the focus totally shifts. It's not about productivity anymore. It's about tapping into these really deep human desires. We're talking about things like creating AI companions you can talk to 24/7, unlocking totally new forms of creativity, and even preserving a version of yourself for your family, for future generations to interact with. And this space is already incredibly diverse. You've got Replica, which really pioneered the AI companion that learns from your conversations. Then there's Character.ai, which just blows the doors off that idea, letting you chat with anyone from historical figures to characters you invent yourself. You've also got platforms like Hereafter AI, which focuses on creating interactive life stories, and Mindbank AI, which helps you build a shareable digital twin based on your unique knowledge. But it's not just about these big, polished platforms. What's really pouring gasoline on this entire clone economy is the open source community. This is the DIY layer. Seriously? This is the rocket fuel. Open source projects are essentially just handing out all the component parts, so anyone with a little bit of technical skill can now build their own doppelganger. It completely removes the barrier to entry and puts this incredibly powerful technology into the hands of individuals, not just giant corporations. And look how simple the recipe is getting. You can grab a project like Avatarify Python from GitHub to animate a still photo in real time. Then, you use a framework like Pipecat to handle the voice conversation, and, for the brain, you can use a self-hostable AI assistant like Leon. You just snap the pieces together and suddenly you have a surprisingly convincing digital clone. But there's an unavoidable and, frankly, pretty scary downside here. The same open access that sparks all this amazing innovation also creates a perfect starter kit for bad actors. The exact same tools used to make a helpful video can be used to mass-produce fake personas, flooding the internet with synthetic identities on an industrial scale. So when you put all of these pieces together, the corporate, the personal, and that super powerful DIY layer, a really clear picture starts to emerge. The clone economy isn't a forecast for the future. It's already here, and it is accelerating fast. So let's just put it all together. The DaaS economy really stands on three pillars. You have the enterprise platforms chasing productivity with these on-brand avatars. You have the consumer platforms tapping into our human needs for companionship and legacy. And holding it all up, you have the open source tools, providing the building blocks for anyone and everyone. And the scale we're talking about here is just staggering. It's the ability to deploy a single identity, a single person, across more than 100 languages, instantly. This isn't just about efficiency anymore. This is about global, automated influence. Ultimately, we've flown right past the "can we do this" stage. The technology is here. The platforms are built. The only question left, and it's the really important one, is this: what are we actually going to do with our clones?